Hello all. I'm hoping this will be a short video. I just want to go back to look at the MazePlanner program again and just show you what the greedy best first search looks like in both hilly and flat environments and also A-star itself, just so you get a sense of what they do. So let's see if we can take a look at the program. I showed you this before. I've made a few changes over here. I realized that greedy best first search in some cases does not look a lot like depth first search, so since it's heuristic based, I thought I'd split the two apart. So now we have a depth first search and a greedy best first search over here on the right. I'm going to show you what greedy best first search does with this first world. So let's select up, well, let's try running just least cost search first. We'll set it up, and I'm just going to set it to run. You can see that it explores first the less expensive areas, but in the end it explores almost the entire space. Let's see what greedy best first search would do. Remember, greedy best first search ignores the cost it's accruing. It's only looking at distance to the goal. It just, if there are no obstacles, it just goes in a straight line in the direction it perceives the goal to be. And in this case, as long as it's decreasing the heuristic, decreasing either the row difference or the column difference, it's happy. So that is what happens if you look only at the heuristic. Now what we're going to do is to select up A-star search and look at it on this. All right, so in the end, this looks a lot like least cost search. It does have a lot in common with least cost search in this kind of an environment. That it can often be the case, but I hope you notice. Let's try running it again, and I'm going to step through it, because what you notice is that it's really pushing down the least expensive direction, but also in the direction that the goal is. It's aware of which direction the goal is. It's just that as the costs then increase, it will go back and explore those other areas. But when it gets a good clear shot, it tends to move pretty straight towards the goal. And it's only when the costs start to grow that it really has to spread out and try other options. All right, I want to do the same thing with a flat world, so I'm going to say, what worked for us last time? Let's say 20%. That looks pretty good. I think I'm going to, as always, I'm going to add some things. I'd like to make some more blockages because it has a lot of paths through. I want it to maybe get stymied a little bit and have to do a little more work. So there's some areas that if it goes that way, it might get stuck in an area it can't get through. And again, we'll make it make some decisions here. There. It's a little more like a maze. Now I'm going to try out breadth first search on this. It's good to take a look at all of the searches. That just kind of plunges across the space, doesn't it? It didn't search everywhere this time because it found the goal before it needed to, but it searched almost the whole map. Let's see how greedy best first search does with obstacles. It can't go through obstacles. It absolutely has to do something when it runs into them. Set up the search. So you see it's moving to just decrease the heuristic, and it hits a problem. It changes direction, and then it continues in that direction. Well, this is not going to be such a great one for it because this is not a place that can actually do anything. It's hitting some dead ends and having to backtrack. I'm going to just run it now. But still, this did a lot less work than least cost search. That does not look at all like the shortest path, but it's not terrible, so it could be good enough for our purposes. Now let's see what A-star would do with this space. A-star does significantly less. There's a little bit of flailing about at first because the directions that it wants to go, there are obstacles there, and so it keeps trying others. But in the end, it searched a much more like the greedy best first search. So it's good to experiment with these to try different maps and see which ones cause the system to do better or worse. But these are all just ways of building your intuitions about how these algorithms behave differently from each other. And for any particular problem, you'd want to do more experimenting to figure out exactly which one is worth doing. So I'm going to stop right there, and I will see you very soon.